Hey guys, coming at you from beautiful downtown New Jersey. Well, I don't know if that's downtown New Jersey, but in New Jersey anyway, across the river from the city. Um, it's been a whirlwind. I figured I had to come in and check in with you guys. It's been a while since I did one of these. I have literally not had a minute to sit down and do anything in the past several weeks. So I apologize. This is going to be a quick one because at the end of the day, there's not really a lot to report of what's going on. It's just been a lot of shows. It's just been a lot of working, a lot of back and forth from town to town. Basically, I think the last time I posted something was when we were in Waterbury doing our opening shows in our tech weeks. So basically from there, what happened was we got on the airplane, went to the whole company went to the airport to get on an airplane down to Florida. And they had a storm somewhere, some place in the United States, which caused JetBlue to get backed up, and they canceled our flights. So straight out of the gate, we all got stuck in New York, and then we had to, go and get hotel rooms, and the company had to get hotel rooms for us. And then they kept canceling flights, and they kept rebooking us and kept canceling us. We were in the airport for like 4 hours, and then they sent us to the hotel, and then we were going to go. Supposed to be back in at JFK at like something crazy like 6 a.m. for a flight, for a 6 a.m. flight, which meant we had to be up at like 4:30 in the morning. Something like that. I don't even remember exactly what the times were, but it was something like that. And we all woke up at 4:30 just to find out that they had canceled that flight, and then we weren't flying out until that afternoon from LaGuardia. It was a nightmare. The whole thing was a nightmare trying to get out of there. Again, nobody's fault on our side of things. It was a whole JetBlue issue. Suffice it to say, I don't think Big League will be doing business with JetBlue in the near future. But then we made it down to Florida, sunny Florida, and it was off to the races. I think in the past 4 weeks, 5 weeks, we've maybe been in the same hotel maybe 2 or 3 times. Every night has been a different hotel. So basically, our schedule has been, we get up in the morning, we maybe have a couple hours to kind of get our things together, and then we get on a bus and we go to the theater, and we're usually have to be at the theater, a couple hours ahead because, we have to do sound check and all that stuff. We do the show, and then we get back to our hotel by 11:30, go to bed, get up, get on the bus first thing in the morning and head out to the next city, arrive at the hotel just in time to drop our stuff off and go to the theater. And we've just been doing that every day, over and over and over again. There's just not really, even some days that we don't even go to the hotel first. We go straight to the theater, and then we have to check into the hotel after, the show, and maybe, have to be back on the bus at 6:30 the next morning. So we maybe get 6 hours of rest, which is really rough. Especially, if you have health issues or medical issues, and there's people in the cast, and, myself included, with my back issues and needing to have that rest, or else I'm going to be done. So it's a rough thing, and I'll be honest with you. I knew what I was signing on for, but I don't think I would do this again, and not because of the people. The people are great. The show's great. It's a beautiful show. It's just tour life. It's really hard, especially when you're doing, one city. Every night's a different city. It's a rough go. It's just, I don't think tour life is for me. But it's been, a very educational experience, and like I said, the people are great, and the cast is great. The crew Oh my gosh, these guys are rock stars. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. I keep saying them when I see them, I'm like, I hope they're paying you a lot of money. I hope they are paying you a lot of money for what you guys are doing. Because these guys, I mean, what I just told you was our schedule. What their schedule is, they don't even go to a hotel. They have a sleeper bus. And they get on the bus and they sleep on the way to the next theater. They get to the theater at whatever, 6 a.m., then they've got to load the whole show in, get it up and ready to go for the evening performance. And then they've got to run the performance tech for the performance. And then at the end, after we all get out of costume and leave to go back to the hotel, they've got to break the show down and put it back into the truck, get on the bus to sleep on their way to the next theater. That's their schedule. I couldn't do that. Like, I mean, those guys are the rock stars. Definitely the rock stars of our business. But so yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, that's kind of what's been going on. We went all around Florida. Literally drove from end to end Florida doing shows. First whole week was American in Paris, and then we picked up South Pacific. And then we're going to wind up going back to Florida again at the end of the tour to do South Pacific in the cities that we didn't do on the first time around. And then we drove up, through Missouri and up through Kansas and up into Ohio and Iowa. We did shows all over Iowa, through Kansas and Sioux City and, Joliet and Indiana, which was Indiana, all over the Midwest doing shows. And then we're driving back today to do a show in, I want to say, was it Ohio? I don't know. Anyway, they're all of the shows, all the cities are running together. But there was a snow issue, so we diverted over to New Jersey, where we are now. And finally, we've landed a place where we're going to get a good, few nights in the same hotel, which is like a huge breather for us, to be able to kind of relax for a minute and just like put our stuff down and just have a place for a few days that we can relax. This is crazy, guys. Like, this is crazy. Hopefully the worst is behind us now with regards to the crazy schedule, and we can kind of relax a little bit. But the theaters have been beautiful that we've been performing in, and everyone's different, and which means that the show is different in every theater, depending on what sets that we can fit into the wings. And every theater has the dressing rooms in different spaces. So every show, there's a different place that we're doing quick changes, and sometimes we have to go to our dressing rooms, and sometimes we got to do it right on the wing of the stage. And, sometimes we have the full show, which has everything in it, all of the sets and drops and, effects. And sometimes we get into a theater that is a big, beautiful house, a big, beautiful theater, but there's no wing space. And so, there's like, it's a very sparse show. And then we did one show, I think it was Joliet, beautiful old theater. And the crossover, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's when if you need to get from stage right to stage left, usually in the back behind a black or behind a psych, there's a place where actors can cross over to go from left to right. And this theater in Joliet didn't have one. You had to go underneath the stage, and I actually got a video of it. It's the dressing room, documenting the crossover. You're an idiot. Dressing room. On to backstage. And this is the crossover. You go down the stairs. Oh my God. Is that Patrick Stewart? Oh wait, another set of stairs. Through the boiler room. over to stage right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a crossover. And I posted that video, and our management took issue with it because they thought I was being negative, about the theater. I wasn't. I was just showing this crossover. I mean, it was a monster crossover. It was a beautiful theater and great crew and great people. It was just that crossover was the crossover from hell. But all the theaters that we've been in have been really beautiful theaters. Some monstrous theaters that were just cavernous, big, giant. University of Iowa. Holy smokes. Those Cornhuskers got some money, because that was one heck of a theater. But it's been a great run so far. Everyone's tired, I think everyone's getting a little road weary. Hopefully that doesn't mean there's going to be any drama. So far we've been drama free. But it's hard to stay positive when you're tired, and people are getting tired. But, so far it's been a really beautiful run, and gosh, we still got 3 months left on this tour. So keep the prayers coming, because it's a grind, and we all want to make it through the other end. So anyway, that's all I got for now, and we'll talk soon.